Parliamentary representative for Vieux-Fort North and SLP spokesman for Health, Agriculture, Fisheries and Food Production, Baptiste, spoke to the media about the pesticide pollution problems of neighboring French islands Guadeloupe and Martinique. Chlordecone, labeled as potentially carcinogenic, cancer-causing, by the World Health Organization, is very slow to break down in the environment. Experts say contamination in the soil can persist for centuries. Baptiste says that the effects have been significant for the islanders.
Since the 1970s, it was suspected that many agrochemicals were possible carcinogens, and there was a lot of debate and demonstration and so on, protests. And only in the 1990s, something was officially declared. And now the French government, as I'm sure you have read, are trying their very best to not only stem the public criticism, but I have read that they're trying to, they've been compensating farmers and people.
Chlordecone, labeled as potentially carcinogenic, cancer-causing by the World Health Organization, is very slow to break down in the environment. Experts say contamination in the soil can persist for centuries. Baptiste says that the effects have been significant for residents of the islands.
But it's a very serious problem. I have read that about 95% of the people in these two countries, 95% in Guadeloupe, 93% in Martinique, of people whose blood has been tested, it was discovered that at least one agrochemical, the traces of at least one agrochemical could be found in the bloodstream of those people tested, especially farmers and farm-related people who are connected to farms. The other very interesting thing is that it's been reported that there's a positive correlation between prostate cancer and a number of these agrochemicals. So at least in the French territories, there is some very significant evidence and also action being taken.
An agriculturist by training, Baptiste says that the experiences of our neighbors can guide us as a country in our own approach to agriculture, both in the field and in office.
It just signals to us once again that we as policymakers, and not only the farmers, and many times people say, oh, it's the farmers who are not using the things properly. Yes, I agree that farmers need to take heed of the advice and so on, but it's really the policymakers who need to collectively get more serious about this, because at the end of the day, we see so many occurrences and incidents of cancer in St. Lucia, and people keep wondering, well, what's happening? There's no conclusive evidence that I can point to, no conclusive publication on St. Lucia specifically, but there are a lot of reports that indicate that there's a strong possibility that our practices in agriculture, especially the banana industry, may have contributed to a lot of what we've seen in St. Lucia, especially over the last 2 decades and so on.
Experts say 1/3 of coastal waters are contaminated, and agricultural land is 30 to 50% compromised. Antilles residents have also been banned from fishing near the coast or in rivers and other inland water sources. Russell Lord for the HDS News Force.